What up, everybody? It's your boy Sam Dukes with another Frost DK vid. I just wanted to apologize for the lack of content recently. I've been going through a lot of personal stuff. I'll get into that later, but let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna try to be as fast as I can, as concise and everything. Sure, everybody can read the talents and knows it. This is usually my PvP setup. Okay, so Murderous Efficiency, Freezing Fog, Avalanche, Winter is Coming, White Walker, Gathering Storm, and Obliteration. There are some instances where I trade Avalanche to Ice Cap, but for the most part, this is it. We usually go every minute, to play around Pillar of Frost, depending on if you're doing 2s or 3s. For example, if you're doing 2s with a H-Pal, you're going off the Hodge most of the time, and I may take Blinding Sleet instead of Winter is Coming, and I go for full burst, which would be this spec. Ice Cap is to throw off like cooldowns, like for example a Druid, let's say. You can get away very easily if you're going on him, so Ice Cap may be good. Also, it offsets his Iron Bark and Bark Skin, so yep. Let's go to Honor Talents. This is an alt Frost DK, so that's why I don't have all of them. Trinket or Relentless, hands down. Guys, if you're an Orc, I've done this mistake before. Do not take Adaptation, because it does not trigger if you get Hodge or if you get Bash or anything, since you have the Orc racial. Reinforced Armor, Hardiness, sometimes I take this, but for the most part it's Reinforced Armor or Sparring if it's like a melee. Guys, this is what differentiates a mediocre DK from a really good DK. Dark Sim, if you know how to use it, start practicing, because this bad boy will get you the W's. It's just like, you steal a CC like a clone or a poly, let's say, and incorporate that into your burst. Play around it. Do not just throw it away. Okay, so let's say I steal a clone from a Druid. Okay, and I got my burst ready and everything. What do? I wait a little bit after the clone's off, have my pally Hodge the Druid. I start bursting on the DPS or whoever I'm targeting, and then after the Hodge is about to fall off, I throw that clone. That's a 10-second CC right there that you wouldn't have had if you didn't have this. So Dark Sim, learn it, use it, it's awesome. And also, don't forget, even if you're not that great at it and the opposing team knows you have it, they have to play around it. So that changes their game style a little bit, so it helps in that regards too. Okay, Heartstop Aura or Necrotic, hands down. If you're going healers, Heartstop. If you're going for like burst and like you're playing with a lock, let's say, or Necrotic is really good. Necrotic is good if you're running the breath spec also, which I'll do in another video, but for now this is what I'm playing with. 7.1.5, it might change to breath spec because it is going to be buffed. Okay, so for this I used to play with Death Chill, but now I started playing more with Frozen Center. The reason for that is Death Chill requires 2 runes to root. So one, then another one is a root, right? And if it's a Druid, he shifts out, whatever. Or like when you grip and then you throw another one, that's it's also, but all these are like global cooldowns. Like if I want to root 2 people, let's say, like a melee cleave, right, going after my healer, they're right next to each other, I want to root both, and I got 1, 2, too slow like that. So I started taking Frozen Center, and basically if they're next to each other and you throw a Remorseless Winter, both of them are rooted, and for the cost of 1 rune you get in 2 roots. It's really good. Also, when you stack it with Tundra Stalker right here, you are doing more damage more often with your Frost Strikes. So yep, chill streak for amazing burst, hands down. If you guys are setting up your kills based on your burst, chill streak is going to be the way to go. Honestly, it's really strong. For more single target would be this, and more consistency. An overpowered rune weapon, I would only use that with the breath spec. Okay, so that's pretty much it for talents. Rotation, let's get into rotation. It's pretty simple, not that big of a deal. I start off with some Obliterate. If this procs the Howling Blast, you use it. You use another Obliterate, Howling Blast procced again, so I'm going to use it again, and it procced again. And then I also pop Remorseless Winter, but if you're playing with Frozen Center, that's the reason I didn't pop it yet. Sometimes, depending on what the team is, I use it strategically if I want the root or not. But for the burst, I always make sure I have it up because I am playing with Winter. Winter is coming for the stun. So, what is the burst? Okay, so I do have a one-shot burst. I mean, it's not really a one-shot, but it's I'll call it a Swifty macro. Let's go into. I just want to show you what is it. It's just Pillar of Frost, Obliteration, and Cinder Ghost's Fury. These are all not on. Like when you use it, it will use all three, so you don't have to worry about the GCD or anything like that. So I make sure I pop Remorseless Winter first. And if I want to use my one shot, I'll pop it and then start Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate until the Obliteration Frost falls off. That's when I start using the Howling Blast proc, because you don't want to use Howling Blast when your Obliteration is still up, because it's not up for that long of a time. And as you're critical striking, your Avalanche is also doing extra damage too. Okay. For the most part, I do not use the one shot right away, because unless you want to use that dragon right away. I also have another button just to use Pillar of Frost. I use Pillar of Frost, and if I want, usually what you want is you bait out the defenses. Sometimes they see Pillar of Frost, that's it, they pop like all their shit. That means next setup you may land the kill because they wasted all their stuff. So for the most part, it's just Obliteration, Howling Blast when it procs, Frost Strike to dump runic power, and with the occasional, this, some Chains of Ice, and you can Remorseless Winter, and you stick on a target like glue. Okay. If you run, and of course, if you're about to get the kill, you have no more. That's when you pop your Empower Rune Weapon to get the extra damage in. Alright, so that's pretty much it for that. What else is there? Let's go over the macros. I don't have that many, but I suggest you get these. Alright, so I already showed off my one shot. You can add in Remorseless Winter if you'd like, but for the most part, this is my one shot. Okay. Dark Sim. So basically, this macro is a modifier macro with shift. So if I'm on my target, let's say, and I press my Dark Sim, it will Dark Sim my current target. If I do shift and Dark Sim, it will Dark Sim my focus target. For this, I also recommend you can do Arena 1, 2, and 3 instead of this, but it's not as detrifying as the focus. I like the focus. The reason I say Arena 1, 2, and 3, because they can have double caster, and your focus could be the healer, let's say. And let's say your target is not the one that's casting a poly. Let's say the mage is casting a poly, but you don't have him on focus. You can use, Arena 2 Dark Sim to catch him and get that, instead of clicking him and then doing it. We don't like clickers. Okay. This is really good for. This is basically the same kind modifier shift. So my my mouse, there's a fire button on my no, actually, is it the fire button? No, it's not. I have scroll up actually as my, let's see, yeah, I have scroll up as my death grip. So basically, if I death grip my current target, scroll up, it will death grip him, and if I shift scroll up, it will do my focus target. Okay, and this is, you gotta have goddamn focus kick, like you have to. For the most part, you know, DK is not that hard to play, and the reason you have some DKs that are like 2500 and others that can't get past 2k is because they don't have these kind of macros. I can't tell you how many times a healer comes in this range right here. I'm on this target, I do my shift focus kick him and get the kill. It, like, too many times that happens. You just need to have it, man. Like, it just hands down. And awesome, our kick has a range. Not that great of a range, but it has a range, so you don't have to be on him. So those are my macros. Let's see, do I have anything else for? No, that's it for macros. All right. Is there anything? I think I pretty much said it all. Oh, let's talk about the best comps. DK is having a great expansion so far. We did get nerfed twice, but we are still very strong. I think Shadow Cleave is an amazing comp for 3s. DKDH is actually really good. If you find that good DH, it's really good comp as well if you like those melee cleaves. TSG, of course. Those are 3 that and Walking Dead, but I haven't played Walking Dead in a while, honestly. I don't, you know, every new expansion I like to start playing different things, and I've been enjoying Shadow Cleave and DKDH. Yeah, so those are mainly it for 2s. Okay. Honestly, any healer can work for 2s, but if you want the ideal, I would say HPAL DK is probably my top choice, because because the HPAL can basically DPS with you, and people are scared of the HPAL DPS, not yours, which is crazy. So you know, into the Hodge, you set it up. You know, if they're running adaptation, you got to play around that. You know, take that shorter Hodge, so then the next one, you don't waste your burst on the first one, because adaptation's got a proc. You do it on the next one. And the other one I would say is Mistweaver DK, because you don't have to worry about the Mistweaver. I mean, he has the greatest mobility as a healer. You don't have to worry about him and babysit him. You can throw a couple chains here and there, you know, slow people down, but for the most part he's usually good, and he could come in for that leg sweep, and that in cap is amazing. So that's my 2's choice right there. Is there anything that I missed? Let's see. Would I ever change? What's the? I'm gonna go over what the breath spec is. Let's do that. I would take Horn of Winter to keep breath up as long as you can. Runic Attenuation, and this is really good. Hunger and Room Weapon. There you go. These are changeable. These are defensive, so you can, and CC. So, yep, this would be my. See, I haven't done it in a while. Let's get our runic power up. So you gotta build up your runic power as much as you can. Let's build it up. Alright. Okay, good. Now that it's up, we are going to put this in there. Here, I'm just fucking around because I don't have it on my bar because I haven't used it in a while. So you gotta pop your one shot. Right? Oh, well, oops, I don't have breath on it. Okay, anyway. There you go. Breathing. Put your Remorseless Winter. Just keep obliterating. Obliterate. Okay, now you pop your Hunger and Rue weapon. And just keep breathing. And breathing. And breathing while using your Obliterate. See, I haven't even used now I'll use my Horn of Winter. There you go. Still breathing. And with the buff we're getting, if you're breathing for this long, guys, you also gotta pay attention to you know, if you're about to get CC'd and stuff like that, don't just pop. I see so many DKs do this. They'll go in, pop AMS, one shot, boom, 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 right? AMS is gonna fall off while you're still bursting, and then you get polyed repeatedly, and you lose your whole goddamn burst. Do not ever do that. Your best bet is to go in, pop your one shot, not well one shot, you know what I mean, your burst. Okay, you're doing this, you have the mage over here, you're watching his cast bar, he's about to poly you. Once the cast, you either kick him, but you want to waste your kick on the healer, let's say, so you don't. And he's about to poly you, then you can pop your AMS offensively, and now you have your full duration of burst. And that's it. That's how you do it. Always got to be aware of your surroundings, alright? So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or would like me to do anything else, if you want an add-ons video, leave that in the comment section as well. And I will start making videos more often, I promise you guys. Thank you for all the support, and if you enjoyed this video and stay till the end, remember to share, thumbs up with that like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Till next time, guys, peace.